What should I do?
Wave.
Okay.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. It's Korrin and Nick today. Korrin and Nick, and Scout is here as well. And we are going to be doing our video on being married for 6 months and a little bit of tips and tricks and answering questions about all things wedding. So we got a lot of general questions about how we did the wedding and the wedding planning process. So Nick and I both had 6 and 6, so 6 bridesmaids and 6 groomsmen. We used Jose Bank with his tux. Our fathers both used Jose Bank as well. I let my bridesmaids choose their own dresses, so I just gave them a color scheme. I told them that I wanted some sort of sleeve, or not sleeves, but some sort of strap, so it could be anything but strapless, and they did so good. They looked so good. We went with kind of neutrals and pinks for the girls, and the guys were in a dark navy blue with a brown shoe. So it was kind of a casual look, and then our flowers were really pretty, like dark pinks and kind of burgundies and a lot of greens and kind of the garden look. So anything you would like to add?
You said it all.
So one of the questions we got was, what was our favorite part of the night of our wedding?
Am I answering now?
Yeah.
Oh man. I remember standing at the altar, and remember hearing the song Angel by Jack Johnson play when I didn't know it was gonna play. She had set that up, and then you came walking down the aisle. That's the part I'll never forget.
Mine it's kind of random, but it was one of the more emotional parts for me. We had everybody come onto the dance floor that wanted to slow dance with a significant other, and we did it to the song From the Ground Up by Dan and Shay, and it was just so amazing after our first dance, looking around and seeing all these people that we love so much and that love us, and everybody was just, you know, crying and dancing, and it was a really, really special moment. I do have a lot of tips about wedding dress shopping. If you guys have a designer in mind that you like, try to find a trunk show in your area. So I had fallen in love with Galia Lahav when I was in high school. The very first wedding dress that I fell in love with was Galia Lahav. So I had a friend reach out to me and say, hey, I know that you love this designer. There is a trunk show at Corona Del Mar, or in Corona Del Mar, at the shop called The White Dress. And so I said, shoot, might as well go do it. So it was a super special day. I went with one of my best friends, Desiree, and we were sitting down having mimosas, which I also recommend having 1 or 2 before you go into wedding dress shop. And my mom and my grandma and my best friend Kelsey walked in and surprised me all the way from Oregon. I cried. It was a really sweet day. We went in to go try on dresses, and of course I found the dress. I have a lot of people asking me, you know, about finding the dress. I did not think that this would happen. I thought that I would like a bunch of different styles and I would just have to pick which one I wanted to wear on my wedding day. And I actually had that this is the dress moment. So I do recommend trying on a bunch of dresses, a bunch of different styles, and don't judge it on the hanger, because the dress that I ended up with, I didn't like on the hanger at all, but I knew that I wanted some type of a sleeve, and that was what they had, was that dress, and it looked so different on me than on the hangers. So other tips, bring snacks and water. A lot of places will have champagne and stuff like that, but you definitely, I felt like I ran a marathon after trying on all those dresses. I was so tired and so hungry, and if you're anything like me, you get crabby when you're hungry. Also, leave yourself lots and lots of time when getting your wedding dress. I did mine, it was super early. I think it was like 7 or 8 months prior to the wedding.
Yeah.
I recommend this for a few reasons. The first is check, you're done. That was like my biggest stressor, was finding my dress. So as soon as I had that off the list, I felt like, okay, like I can do this. So the other thing is that it really does take a long time with alterations and stuff. So leave yourself lots of time to, I think I had two or three different fittings, and it takes months to do all that. So leave yourself plenty of time. Anything?
No, I didn't realize there was that much that went into it.
Something I didn't realize and nobody told me was if you have a budget for your dress, please take into consideration that alterations are expensive. I didn't have that many alterations I had to do, and it was still like almost $1,000 extra. So just keep that in mind when you buy your dresses. There is gonna be some extra expenses, like alterations. I got my veil for free, which was amazing, which was another part of the trunk show, was that I got a free cathedral length veil with it. So trunk shows.
The hardest part about wedding planning, I thought.
Speak up.
The hardest part about wedding
More.
planning. The hardest part about the hardest part I thought about wedding planning was just how fast everything added up. You know, it was a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, and before you know it, your budget is starting to grow and grow. And so I felt like that was the hardest thing, was to try and keep that within reason and keep it under control.
The hardest part of wedding planning for me, I think, was that there's just so many hands in the pot. There's so many people that you have to contact. If you change one thing, you have to call these 5 people. So I didn't do a wedding planner. That was something that I felt like we could save the cost and I could do it. I don't know if I would go that route again. I think that there were other things that we could have cut out and had a wedding planner. Just because that person is there, their job is to organize everything for you, to give you recommendations on, hey, this is a better way to do it, or this route is cheaper, or calling people, reminding you of dates and times. And I think that was super overwhelming for me when I felt like I had to kind of monitor all these people that were involved, all the venues and everything, plus everything on my end, like family coming into town and you know, just everything. It was really overwhelming. So I think I would recommend a wedding planner for people. What is the worst thing that went wrong during this whole thing or the day of?
Oh man, these are some thinking questions.
Yeah. When people tell you things will go wrong, things will go wrong.
For sure.
And we had a lot of things go wrong.
One of them was for sure our buttons falling off of our...
Jose Bank, come on.
Come
on. I guess that's something to keep in mind, is to have, you know, some sort of backup, like a sewing kit the day of, just in case something like that happens. You hear about dress malfunctions with the women, but not so much the men, and it happens, so.
Yeah, morning up, button fell off, and I
cried.
I did not cry. I didn't cry.
I think the worst thing that happened was our decorator didn't show up to our wedding.
Don't get us started.
Don't get us started. But she physically didn't come to our wedding. So I really hope that doesn't happen to you, because it's a problem. Okay, so our save the dates and our wedding invitations, we went through Wedding Paper Divas. I love Wedding Paper Divas. They were so helpful with everything I wanted. They're probably so sick of me because I emailed them a million times on, can I do this? Can I change that? You can really customize your stuff with Wedding Paper Divas. It's really good quality, and the prices can get up there just because you can do so many things. You can do personalized stamps. You can do literally individual addressing on every single invitation. Or you can go the really inexpensive route and just get like the bare minimum, but they always have coupons going on and deals, so I definitely recommend them. Our wedding invitations and save the dates were beautiful.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. What do you think our guest's favorite part of the wedding was?
Favorite part? Well, I was blown away with how many people packed the dance floor.
We had a good crew.
We had a fun crew.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody was wanting to get on the dance floor.
Which was like my one thing. Like, I just wanted everyone to dance with me and this be like, you know, the party celebration it was meant to be. And they showed up.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you set the tone. She didn't get off the dance floor the whole night. So
I think we had some really fun touches that, like, a few things that people kept talking about. First of all was the view. Our venue was beautiful, the sunset was beautiful, and that just naturally makes a wedding so romantic. Nick's mom made cookies. We had a cookie bar, and there was like, what, 6 or 7 different kinds of cookies?
Yeah. And
she's a phenomenal baker, so I mean, people were crushing cookies all night and
s'mores.
Couldn't stop talking about them. And that's the other thing, we had a s'mores pit, which was really fun. So my mom put together a s'mores table with Reese's peanut butter cups and graham crackers and marshmallows and all that stuff. And every time I looked over there, people were over there making s'mores and standing by the fire. So I think little things like that that are for the guests are really cool. And then we had a photo booth, which is pretty popular with weddings. So one of the hardest parts, the seating chart. That seating chart, it is so hard. It is so hard. That was like hours and hours of trying to get that seating chart done, and then of course it changes. Like just when you think that you have it done, it changes. Here's a tip. So especially in our lifestyle, we meet a lot of people throughout the months and the years. I would recommend, if you have a guest count, saving a few empty seats for the rest of that year, because within the year of you inviting people or sending save the dates or however many months or whatever, you're gonna meet people. And Nick would call me and he'd tell me that he invited more people, and I'm like, you can't keep inviting people. I feel like every team he played for, he was like, oh, by the way, I invited like 7 more of my teammates who all wanted to bring a significant other.
I did it a couple times.
Well, yeah, you did.
Make a lot of good friends. I'm a very likable person.
Sure.
So the question is, what to expect on the morning of the wedding? And from my perspective, I would say, we woke up, me and my buddies, we all kind of were in the same area of the hotel. We all met up. We went downstairs for breakfast. It was pretty chill, but things start moving really quickly. So enjoy that morning while you got it. And once it's time to go to the venue, things start happening fast. And before you know it, the night's over and you're married. So
shucks. How'd that happen?
Yeah, how did that happen?
This is so stupid, but take selfies. I didn't do that with my girls, like getting ready and stuff, and I had to wait until we got our pictures back from our photographers to see like some of that stuff. So it sounds really silly, and my purpose was I didn't want to be on my phone all morning, but like make sure you're taking pictures and on your own, devices. And I wish I had more of those kinds of pictures. I miss being the bride-to-be, because the whole time that you're planning a wedding and leading up to the wedding, everybody just wants to spoil you and love on you, and it's all about you, and I loved it. I loved being the bride-to-be. So I remember saying, especially after he proposed, I just don't remember ever feeling so loved and supported in my entire life. Like, it's a really, really special time, and just soak that all in, because as soon as you're married, people are off to the next thing.
That's exactly what it is. Then you get married, and it's no longer you're the bride-to-be. You start getting pressured.
When are you giving us grandchildren?
Yeah.
Not anytime soon, to answer that. So now this is gonna be a little bit more about Nick and I. We're doing a little challenge, see how well we know each other after 6 months of marriage. So this game, I'm basically going to ask Nick a question, something I think that he should know about me. He's gonna answer it. We're gonna see if we get the same answers, and then we're gonna switch, and Nick's gonna do the same with me. Ready?
Ready. Oh boy. Oh man.
1, 2, 3. John Stamp. -1 point, Nicholas.
Those are your own negatives. Pretty good, Mom.
How many times have I moved since we've met?
$18? Has it been that many? This is
my 18th move since we've met.
Jeez Louise.
-2 points, Nick.
Oh, come on. What dessert type food could I eat every day?
What am I absolutely obsessed with?
I know it. Is it Scout?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Final answer?
Final answer.
What do I hate when you do to me? Stop! Stop!
Scout.
That would have been my last
I'm
one.
just kidding.
But
Oh, Mustang, wild horse.
yeah.
A penguin?
Yeah.
Why a penguin?
I've heard you say that before.
No, you haven't. Who wants to be a penguin?
Who doesn't want to be a penguin?
Why would you be a penguin?
Pretty close.
Final Cal Poly playoff game. I said hitting the home run after being in a slump during a regional game at Cal Poly. How many states have I been to watching you play baseball?
Oh man. This is gonna be a second. What's the 8th one?
Name them.
Oh, I forgot Hawaii. Hawaii, California, Washington, Oregon, Texas. No, it's 9.
Is it?
Yeah. Was on Texas, Wisconsin, Indiana, Springfield, Missouri,
Arizona.
and Arizona. So that was,
No.
yeah, it's 9. So we're both wrong. You've got to get this one.
Okay.
What is my spirit animal?
What is your spirit animal?
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go, kid.
I got it?
Nicely done.
I win. Thank you for joining us on our very special 6 months of being married wedding edition
Mm-hmm.
YouTube video. Scout, you want to come in for this? Come on. My little baby. My greatest obsession. Oh, I love you, I love you. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe. It will make me happy and make me feel special.
If you don't subscribe, it'll make Scout sad.
If you don't subscribe to our channel, Scout's gonna cry. Do you want to see this little thing cry? No. No, that's not true. Everybody loves you, Korrin. Everybody loves you. Yes, I know. So they're gonna subscribe, I know. I hope we answered some questions for you guys and gave you some good tips. I'm all ears if you guys have any more, or if this like brought up some maybe more questions that you might have. We also highly recommend getting a dog after, like right after you get married.
That went according to plan.
That didn't go according to plan. We were supposed to wait a year. Thanks for your questions, everybody that sent in questions for us to answer.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Have fun getting married.
Yeah.